My name is Jordan Kardasz. I graduated in December of 2017 with my MA in TESOL. I worked for City Colleges of Chicago at Wright College in the adult education program for a few years until I moved to Denver, Colorado. While I was in Colorado, I taught in the K through 12 school system in Jefferson County, working as both an ELA and an ESL teacher. And then after that, most recently, I moved to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I am working in both K through 12 and adult education. So I do some part-time push-in work with K through 12 students, and I also teach at Bucks County Community College in their adult education program. Yeah, that's a hard question for me to pick just one, but I think at the end of my program, I took TESOL 490 with Dr. Esther Santana, and during that class, she introduced us to the work of Paulo Freire, and learning about his philosophy and what it means to be an educator has really helped shape my pedagogy over the years. I don't like to think of myself as somebody who is bestowing knowledge upon my students. I really like to think of education as reciprocal, and I kind of try to walk into every classroom, every new semester with my students, anticipating that I'm going to learn just as much as they are. And so, yeah, that was really a big moment for me to kind of shift my thinking on what education can be. Professionally, I'll start with that first. I refer back to so many of my classes as I teach on a regular basis. Dr. Boffman's lexically based instruction class has really helped me, especially working with younger children who are developing their vocabulary and their language kind of in a bilingual atmosphere. So really thinking about what vocabulary means and how do my kids know the words that we're learning has been really helpful for me. Also, when I teach my adult students come to me with like a lot of grammar background knowledge, but really struggle in the speaking, and they have so many grammar questions. And I think back to the grammar courses that I was in here at Northeastern, and I keep my my grammar textbook next to me for inevitably when one of those students asks me something that I can't answer. So it's been really helpful just kind of from both perspectives, students on the younger end and on the older end of the spectrum. In terms of personally, I think I can thank Dr. Stone for this. I've become kind of a little bit of a linguistics nerd. I listen to a lot of linguistics podcasts, and I've just been more curious about language in general. And I think that that's also kind of helped me just be more curious about the world itself. And I'd like to hope that I'm less of an individualistic person and more of a communal thinker, just based on what I've learned here at Northeastern. Yeah, I think my biggest piece of advice, looking back to what I thought before I became a student, is that teaching language is so much different in many ways than teaching like a content course like social studies or math. So just really put away any preconceived notions that you might have of what it means to be a teacher in the classroom, and just be prepared to kind of open your mind to be creative. I think teaching English is you can do so much with it in ways that you can't do with other subjects necessarily. And I think the other thing too is just like really prepare yourself that you're going to learn so much more outside of the classroom and outside of the program. So like it doesn't end when you graduate. Just get ready to be a lifelong learner, because that's the only way that you're going to get good at this job.